Okay, we are back with a link to the past. I'm not gonna pretend that I remembered where this last item was. I actually looked it up, and I had forgotten that it existed because, excuse me, because I had, confused it with the, one of the items I already had, and you'll probably see why. But it actually doesn't really do anything that the magic cape doesn't do, if I remember. It's basically the same thing as the, invisibility cape. It just, like, makes you invisible and lets you walk on stuff. But we'll get it anyway, just so you can see what it is. It's another magic wand. It's the cane of, something. I gotta go up here in the dark world, because it's... You gotta get it in the dark world. I think I went through the cave already that you get it in, but I didn't have the items required to get it. I think that it's this cave. It might be the one up by Turtle Rock, but I think it's this one. We'll try her. Yeah, I came in here before. This is also probably why I didn't remember it. Because it does the same thing as the magic cape, but you need the magic cape to get to it. So, no, use it. There we go. So it's pointless. And I'm gonna have to go get some money and get another magic potion after this. Come on. There we go. Yeah. Hopefully these are magic so I can get back out of here. No? Well, I guess I'll just walk on the deadly spikes then. That's great. That's a thing to make a hero do. Jesus. See, it's the same thing that the cape does, except it takes way more magic. Look at my magic over there. Actually, maybe it does take less, I'm not sure. Either way, now I'm about out of magic. What's... There's nothing in here in the light world. I was gonna say, what's in here in the light world? Well, now we have to go make some more money. And I'll tell you what I was gonna tell you about Aghanim. So back in the day, when I was a little kid and I was playing this, there was a bunch of supplemental material that Nintendo put out, like through Nintendo Power or through other things, and, the supplemental material was basically just like, oh. Well, I'm not gonna catch it, because I really do, I will need the magic. But it was just, merchandising. So they had, like, breakfast cereal, and, like a TV show, and a comic book, and just all that kind of shit. The TV show kind of has gotten infamous for how, out of character the characters were. But the comic book was a pretty faithful adaptation to the game. I still have it, it's on my shelf behind me. I might do a reading of that or something in the future, but, I think Nintendo re-released them with different covers here recently, in case you weren't alive in the 90s. Or didn't get them from the 90s for whatever reason, or don't take good care of books. I know a lot of people don't take good care of books, but even as a little kid, I took good care of my books, and they're in perfectly readable condition right now. I have the Mario one, too. But in the... And there was actually two comic books. I had them both. There was, like, an American one, and then, my uncle got me the Japanese one as well. But I want to say that it was actually in Japanese, like it wasn't, translated. So it wasn't super helpful. I can probably get a translated one now. Because even if Nintendo never put one out, there's probably a fan translation out there. But, at the time, you got what you got. There was, in this town called Lexington, there was a shop that sold import stuff, and he used to get me stuff there all the time. He got me some Pokemon, manga there as well. But my point was, in the supplemental material, like in the comic book, Aghanim is not just a costume that Ganon wears, and I guess it's not a costume, it is kind of like a Gerudo mage cloak. But for one thing, it's red, which is much more Gerudo-y and much more akin to what Ganondorf actually wears. He tends to wear a lot of black and red. In one of the Breath of the Wild, like the art that they showed off at some, like concept art of him at some E3-esque show, he was wearing a Metallica t-shirt, and I was like, that makes so much sense, because, like, there's a Metallica song, and I can't remember what it's called. Excuse me. But there's like 4 parts to it. And the song is about, like, a old man that, made a bunch of mistakes in his life, and regrets it, and got shit on a lot, and just has, like, the worst luck. And it reminds me quite a bit of Ganondorf. But, in the comic, as I was saying before, Aghanim is not just a costume that Ganon puts on, he's his own, like, person. So, I guess it was to prevent spoilers. But as a little kid, because I was really young when this came out, I got so confused because, in the game, as you just saw, that's probably enough to go get some potions. How many do I need? 1 and then 1 to drink, so 2. I'm gonna walk back here so that thing won't see me. In the comic, Aghanim is his own person. He's just a separate guy from Ganon. And so, I got confused because I didn't know if I should believe the comic or the game, because at that point I wasn't versed in this, you know what, I'm just gonna eat the fairy. No, I need the magic. I should've just bought a magic potion. I shouldn't have bought the magic and health. That was stupid. But it is what it is. And this is the last thing we're gonna do, so it's fine. Ocarina, yeah. So I gotta go to the castle. Do you need the ocarina to get in anywhere? I can't remember that you need the ocarina to get in anywhere. It's in that ending cutscene, so you must have to have it. I have since learned that, the reason that they did that in the comic was because they didn't want to reveal the big reveal in the game that Aghanim was Ganondorf. But I even went so far as to, like, look it up, because I thought it might be a translation error. Like, in the years since then, I've looked it up, because I thought that there might be some kind of issue with that. But no, it is... And if you look at the concept art, or, like, the promotional art of Aghanim, it's pretty obvious that it's Ganondorf, because he looks almost exactly like the character model from Ocarina of Time, except, like, his skin is gray instead of, like, a human color, because, I guess, the magic that he's been dealing with for so long. Okay. This is it. Got our bow and the silver arrows, the light arrows equipped. Didn't get all the heart pieces, but that's okay. We've got enough, and we've got 1 fairy and 3 potions. We're going down here. We're gonna save 2 kingdoms, and we're gonna kill the Demon King, and we're gonna get the Triforce. Yeah, we are. I never imagined a boy like you could give me so much trouble. It's unbelievable that you defeated my alter ego, Aghanim, the Dark Wizard, twice! But I will never give you the Triforce. I will destroy you and make my wish to conquer both light and dark worlds come true without delay. Yeah, you say that. Oh, I think I gotta do it in the dark. You know what? Master Sword. You can get this trident in Hyrule Warriors, though. You can't hit him with the sword beam. You gotta straight up hit him. Throw it. Throw it, bitch. Can't hit shit. Come on, Dragmire. Your Majesty. You gonna do this shit? Would you learn this from Girahim? Or did he learn it from you since you were demised? I don't even give a shit about your fucking fire bats. Probably should. Oh god. That freezes you in place. What is it with you and destroying your platforms? Is it because you can fly and I can't? How do you know I can't fly? Are you just remembering that, or are you just assuming it? How dare you assume my magical abilities? We know how this ends, Gan. We've been here. You're doing well, lad. But can you break through this secret technique of darkness? On guard! Secret technique, my ass. Blew the damn lights out. Oh! I gotta shoot him. I gotta shoot him in the back, like a hero. Ah, hell. I think his bats will eventually light on themselves if you, run out of magic, because he's not trained them well. Oh, shit! Come on, Gan. I got a fairy, it's fine. I hear it too, but I have a fairy. Whoa, shit! I got 64 arrows, everything is fine. We're doing great, everything is great. This is fine. Come on. Come on, where you at? I don't know why I'm trying to do that before I hit him. That was my mistake. Come on, how many hits does it take? And if I remember correctly, that is it. There's no second part to this battle. See, we're, like, the temple to get up here gave me so much more trouble than Ganondorf himself. I can't open my menu. I'm done. Okay, I love these statues up here on the wall. But we're gonna walk in here, and we're gonna get the Triforce from where Ganon was guarding it. Look at this. Look how gorgeous this is. Look at these green curtains and shit. Look at the sheerness of it. Welcome, Talk. I am the essence of the Triforce. The Triforce will grant the wishes in the heart and mind of the person who touches it. If a person with a good heart touches it, it will make his good wishes come true. If an evil-hearted person touches it, it grants his evil wishes. The stronger the wish, the more powerful the Triforce's expression of that wish. This is kind of a weird translation. It's basically saying that the stronger your will for this thing to happen is, the more powerful the Triforce will grant it. So, like, the reason the entire Dark World was transformed under Ganondorf's rule was because he had, like, the soul of a god, and he had this desire that had been building up from, like, his banishment in Ocarina, and from his original defeat in Skyward Sword, and he just wanted it so bad that it, like, changed the entire landscape of a dimension. Ganon's wish was to conquer the world. That wish changed the Golden Land to the Dark World. Ganon was building up his power here so he could conquer the Light World and make his wish come completely true. The things on the bottom kind of look like little Nintendo controllers. But now, you have totally destroyed Ganon. His Dark World will vanish. I wouldn't say totally. The Triforce is waiting for a new owner. Its golden power is in your hands. Now, touch it with a wish in your heart. I'm happy that this time he's not going to wish for death, like he did in Skyward Sword, because that was very anti-heroic. The Return of the King, Hyrule Castle. Yeah, all the maidens have the same sprite with just different dresses on. The Loyal Sage in the Sanctuary. This was changed back to Priest, I think, in the Game Boy Advance. But he's fine, he's cool, he's got a book. Probably some kind of Hylian holy book. Saharala's Homecoming, Kakariko Town. That old lady, I think, is his wife. There's that bird back. Oh, those are brothers that were fighting earlier and made up. Vultures rule the desert, Desert Palace. Everyone gets a happy ending but the Gerudo, who have still been completely wiped off the face of the earth. This guy's here, the guy that opened the chest for us, so that's cool. Good for him. The bully makes a friend, Mountain Tower. Yeah, you can see the people who were stuck in the Dark World got brought back. And you see what they look like as Hylians now. Like, the dude still looks like a ball. Got no ears. That's fine. Your uncle recovers your house. Not dead. Which I gotta believe is part of Link's wish, because he was deader than hell. Like, the only reason he's alive is because Link wished him back from the dead. Flippers for sale. Zora's Waterfall. Even the Zora get a happy ending. This is the first game wherein the Zoras were treated as people and not monsters. So, to see him alive is a good thing now. The Witch and Assistant. Magic Shop. Yeah, they're just still going about their lives, so good for them, they're good people. This is a good local business to support. Twin Lumberjacks, Woodsman's Hut. Cutting down a different tree. I think that they wandered off into the forest, honestly. If I had to guess, I'd say that's what happened to A Bumpkin and B Bumpkin, is they probably got lost wooded. Flute Boy plays again in the Haunted Grove. Look at him playing an ocarina that is clearly not a flute for the old man that was in the tavern, his dad or whatever, and those two really, really creepy bunnies. Venus, Queen of the Fairies, wishing well. Yeah, you sold me a lot of stuff. The Dwarven Swordsmiths, Smithery. They're dwarves! This is the only time I think I've ever seen a dwarf in Hyrule. I don't remember ever seeing a dwarf in Hyrule after this. The Bug-Catching Kid, Kakariko Town. There's the running guy, running man. Just waving. He's not the Bug-Catching Kid, that's the running man. Bug-Catching Kid was black-headed. There he is. Oh, that was his dad that was in that house that said his son never visits him. Your son never visits him because he's sick. You should have went to his mom's house and, like, helped her take care of him. The Lost Old Man, Death Mountain. This is the guy that I said I thought was a descendant of Darunia. And I stand by that. Look at him. You'd think he'd be back at the castle with his granddaughter, the Sage. The Forest Thief, Lost Woods. I could do without these guys. They just run your ass down with their mullets. Is that a mullet or is that like a hat like Link's? And the Master Sword sleeps again, forever. It does not sleep forever, and I don't know why they even said that. Oh, it's got like a red tint to it, because I got it reforged. That's cool. I think if you don't get it reforged, it doesn't do that. All these squirrels. Look at the Triforce. Look how 3D it looks to be on a Super Nintendo. I'm not going to read all these credits. You guys can. I mean, I'm not going to read them out loud. So yeah, this is my favorite game. I love this game so much. I want to play Breath of the Wild, but I just haven't got a chance yet. I also love its sequel, A Link Between Worlds. It's really good. When it came out, I was so excited because I honestly thought that Nintendo had just completely forgotten this game because I hadn't seen anything from it in so long and because they retconned so much to fit into Ocarina. But A Link Between Worlds was also really, really good. If you get a chance, I would definitely play it. This game, I'm pretty sure, is available on the 3DS Marketplace. And I think also the Wii U Marketplace. I'm not sure about the Switch because I don't have a Switch. I would love to have a Switch. I would love to play Breath of the Wild because it's supposed to be you know, it's supposed to be really good, which doesn't shock me because it's a Zelda game. Anytime a Zelda game comes out, no one ever has anything bad to say about it. Or if they do, it's really weird, bad stuff that's obviously nitpicky bullshit because they don't want to like a popular game, which is a thing that people do. My second favorite Zelda game at this point, I mean, of the ones I have played, because like I said, I've not played Breath of the Wild, and I have not beaten, either of the DS games. No, I beat the first one. The one about the tower where you had to play that same goddamn dungeon 2,000 times. I don't like that dungeon. Like, I don't like the controls of that game. I wish they would release all the games that have weird-ass control scheme, like those DS games and, Skyward Sword, with, like, normal controls. Like, a Skyward Sword remastered on the Switch would be great. And, like, those, the DS games, if they would re-release those as downloads, with just a normal functioning control system, that would be great. I think there's even hacks online that people have made of the DS games because they couldn't play them, hardly, because of the way it was set up. One of them, I don't even know how you would play it on, like, a 2DS, because there's a part where you have to, like, close the screen and open it again. Now that I'm thinking about it. But as I was saying, my second favorite Zelda game, probably Ocarina. I'm actually not a huge fan of Majora's Mask. I know a lot of people like Majora's Mask. I feel like I would have liked Majora's Mask had it been what they said it was going to be, because I paid $90 for that in, like, the year 2000 or whenever it came out. Like, what is this? Is this the times you died? See how often I died. I died a lot. I died a lot. I know it's just saying one so far, but, like, I died a lot. 2. It might give me a whole thing. 3. Yeah, 3. That's pretty bad. You want to go for 0, because oftentimes you'll get like a special thing at the end if you get 0 deaths. And it's really not that difficult to do if you aren't, like, a lot of the shit I did that got me killed was stupid ass shit. Just completely stupid shit. The end. Does anything happen? Do I have to reset it? Because a lot of times you have to just flat out reset the console. Okay, that's the end of that. But yeah, Ocarina, as I was saying, my issue with Majora's Mask is that, especially in my old age, I don't like timed puzzles. I've never liked them. I don't like that everything resets after you reset your clock. Like, if you beat, say, the crackhead in, because, like, the first enemy is just, like, a crackhead, in the Deku place, and you get the swamp all back to normal and shit. When you start a new game, or not even a new game, but like when you play the Song of Time to save your progress, it undoes your progress. That's bullshit. That's complete and total bullshit. That pissed me off. 3 days, you have a constant timer on you, and timers make me nervous in the best of times. And to have it for a whole game, I don't know why the hell that's a thing. I don't know why that's a thing. I don't like it. Had the game been, because in the time building up to it, they said that was going to be a week long, not 3 days. I probably would have liked that better. I might play it through again, though, because I've actually not played... I have the one for 3DS, but I've not played it. I've only played it the once, and that was at launch, and that was on an actual Nintendo 64 back in the day with the expansion pack and everything. That's why I had to pay so much for it. You had to buy, like, a special thing that had, like, the expansion pack with it, because it wouldn't just work on a normal Nintendo. You had to take this thing out the back of your Nintendo and put a new one in. It was gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous. But this, A Link to the Past, is my favorite Zelda game of all time. Ocarina is probably after that. And then honestly probably Skyward Sword. I know I bitch about it a lot because I don't like the controls, but everything else about it was perfect. That story was really good. The actual dungeons themselves were really good. It was a good game. Not the I did not like the stamina, the addition of the stamina meter. I didn't need that in my life. That was just an extra hardship for everybody to overcome that I didn't really need. Uh, but this game, and it gave us the Hyrule Historia. The Hyrule Historia is really about Skyward Sword. Like when you read it, it was obviously released as a promotional material for Skyward Sword. And the Hyrule Historia is great. It's a really good resource for art, for history, for a lot of things. I really want art and artifacts. I need to get that. I'm going to get that when I get some money. So this was my favorite video game of all time, A Link to the Past. It really set up the concept of a Zelda game with a complex world and a complex story. The first two on NES, it's very difficult to tell a complex story spanning ages, like this one does, that speaks of a history, a pre-established history in this world. You're not just dropped off in the middle of nowhere with nothing to do, or everything to do. Like in the original Zelda, you were just dropped in a field, and you could go wherever. You had no weapons, you had no friends, you had no advice, you went. You got dropped off, and you went. In this one, there's a reason for what you're doing. Your uncle is dead because of this war that you know is going on, that he was trying to save the princess, and when you find him and I don't know why he doesn't just flat out tell you that you're related. Like, I don't know why it's a big mystery, because you don't find that out until Skyward Sword. You don't find out what he's talking about until Skyward Sword, and it's a long-ass wait. And you have to be a really big fan, I think, to go through separate games in a series and connect them like that. I guess you could read Hyrule Historia, but again, that's picking up supplementary material for the game. I don't know why he doesn't just say Princess Zelda is your, like, cousin or whatever, sister, whatever she is. I'm gonna hope cousin, because it's been a few years since Skyward Sword, and that would imply that they've been inbreeding since then, which is a thing that royalty does, but still, it's gross, and I don't want it in my video games. So I guess I'm going to end that video on that note. So, if you ever get a chance, play this game. It's super fun. I know I bitched a lot in that last dungeon, but that was really just that one puzzle that kills me. That puzzle where you gotta push the damn block across the invisible thing, because I kept falling off. And I kept running out of magic. Like, the rest of it wasn't that bad. That's the part that, like, made my hand shake, made me so mad. So, I think that next, I'm going to play my favorite puzzle game of all time. I'll let you guys see that, because it's a really fun game, and I get through it pretty quick. So, be looking forward to that. And you guys have fun. Go play some Zelda. Enjoy. If you got Breath of the Wild, let me know how you're liking it. And you guys have a great night. I'm Takocos. This was A Link to the Past, my favorite game. And you guys have a great night. Bye-bye.